I think the job of being a teacher is so rewarding in so many ways.
The connection between you and the whole class, that's still unbeatable.
When my pupils are successful, it feels incredible.
I think the greatest thing for me is seeing the pupils that I teach love the subject as much as I do.
I don't think there's any other job where you get the same satisfaction.
That's why I chose to teach.
You could get £26,000 tax-free to train. Search Apply to Teach. Selected subjects only, subject to eligibility.
You are now listening to Gamertag Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, podcasting since 2005. You are listening to Gamertag Radio with your hosts Godfrey, Pete Rock, Paris, Poster. Come on.
Welcome to Gamertag Radio, episode 493. This is your host, Danny, a.k.a. Godfrey, and we have Pete up here. Pete.
What up? What is up? How are you?
I'm good, man. Very slow week with news, man. That's what's up.
Well, do we blame the people who scheduled E3 1 week later than usual and Gamescom 1 week earlier, so it's kind of like compacting all this no news weeks into
well, Comic-Con too. Remember Comic-Con's going on.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of gaming stuff, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we will. And also we have Poston J, aka, well, actually your real name is Patrick.
Yeah, it is what it is. Respond to many things. What's up, y'all?
That's true.
Doing good.
What's up?
Yeah, feeling great. I wish I was at all these awesome events like Comic-Con, and it may not be a gaming thing as you said, but it's still like nerd central, and that's always fun to be at.
Very true.
And you get to see those cool trailers behind closed doors, and no one else gets to see for like a year. So it's still cool quit status. I'm jealous. I gotta admit, I gotta make it up to New York Comic-Con one of these days at least.
Is there any trailers that you would like to see during Comic-Con? To me, there's a few. There's The Walking Dead, of course. I want to see the spin-off of The Walking Dead. And also the new Heroes and maybe X-Files if they show it.
X-Files right now, interesting.
For those that are listening, we're recording on Thursday night, and we usually, release it on Monday morning. So, by the time you listen to this, probably all those trailers that I mentioned might come out, and you probably will see it. But yeah, those are the three that I'm just really want to be, checking it out online and everything. So
well, the one that I'll say, and simply because I'm actually looking at the picture of it, I've got a source inside Comic-Con. He's been sending pictures, and it's
really? Okay.
But Guardians of the Galaxy on Disney XD. So it looks like there's going to be a cartoon on Disney XD, and it's the series premiere of Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon.
That's awesome.
And I heard there's a Back to the Future comic book coming out. I've seen that. Look it up, Pete.
Is it digital or on paper? Back to the Future.
I think both. Interesting. So yeah, check it out.
Very cool. Comics Alive and Well.
Guys, head over to gamertagradio.com or play.it. Listen to our past episodes of GTR. Post your feedback and share with your friends. Also, subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher. Also, if you have the beta of the new Spotify, you could also follow us through there. Give us a call, 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR. Email us, fanmail@gamertagradio.com. So, yeah, look, the news between now all the way to, mid-August, things are going to be a little bit slow. We're trying our best to, get as much content as possible. And plus, it's the summer. People are enjoying themselves and everything, And honestly, the biggest game that's coming out now, it's maybe the Rare Replay. And after that, I believe a couple more for all the consoles and PC. But it's kind of dead right now. So yeah, Gamescom is coming up. That's coming up very, very soon. Hopefully, we'll get a lot of news for all these companies that are going to be promoting their stuff that hasn't been announced during E3, and that's going to be a pretty big thing too.
Well, we'll get to hear what Microsoft gets to what Microsoft didn't unveil at E3, which was a lot.
A lot of games. I think 3 or 4 games, I believe.
Crackdown is
Crackdown,
those orbs.
Scalebound. I mean,
Quantum Break. They're probably gonna have it there too.
Something.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
new IP. I mean, it seems like they seem like they have a lot of stuff hidden away, and that's a very good thing. It's all about how releasing them in the right order to build the interest in the hype. But I mean, like you said, it's got us talking. It's got us buzzed. Makes me want to tune in and watch it live.
Yeah, I mean, remember last year they had Tomb Raider. That's when they surprised everybody, and they said it was exclusive, holiday exclusive for the console. I was like, wow, that came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that at all. So
I wonder if they get another power move up their sleeve like that. Never know.
Maybe it'll be the Battletoads for Danny finally.
Speaking of Battletoads, I was checking online, and do you know that they have this rare Battletoads vinyl collection at Comic-Con? And I think they're also going to be selling it after Comic-Con too. $25. You know what? I probably will buy it. I might buy it. I'm thinking about it. So, yeah.
I think you owe it to yourself, Danny. I mean, it's vinyl and it's Battletoads. Both things are cool. Put them together.
Yeah,
they should be double cool. Go for it.
And I have vinyls here in my house, like hip hop records and stuff. So, hey, we're not gaming. Hey, it's all good.
But see, there's only going to be 300 of those. So if you haven't already gotten your hands on that, I'm sure that, I mean, I can just imagine what the cost of those are on eBay right now, considering I've been trying to get my source at Comic-Con right now. He's trying to get me the new Hasbro commemorative Star Wars the Stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're only $25, but they're already on eBay for like $125.
B, can you talk to him? I don't mind paying him.
If you already got an in, use it.
There's only 300. And
that's fine.
And it's been 2 days now. Today was the official first day, but yesterday was preview day. So I'm not gonna gas you up and give you hope. I'll let him know, but I'm pretty sure your opportunity is gone.
Oh, well, find out. You never know. Find out.
I mean, did you want just the vinyl or just the poster?
Just the vinyl. That's the vinyl. That's all I want.
Okay.
Just the vinyl. And I'll pay that person back, whoever it is. But anyways, I have a couple topics here. Oh, by the way, have you guys played ZombiU for the Wii U at all? It was a pretty good game. I think it was a sleeper.
The system came out. I liked it. I remember playing it at my first E3. I was the only person to beat the demo for that day, and I was like, "Man, this is addictive." I missed it. It's sad that it didn't seem to really take off or get a sequel or anything.
Well, here's the thing: in Taiwan, they already rated the game, and it's called Zombie, and it's coming out for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And if that's true, let's say it's official that it's coming out, I'm buying it because I had a blast. I finished that game. That game was extremely hard, and I finished it for the Wii U. I'll buy it. Will you guys buy it too or no?
I'm on the fence because, as much as I've said I don't like the Wii U's gamepad, I think for ZombiU it worked really well as a launch title to show off the capabilities. I'm not sure what it would be like with a controller, if it's the same level of depth and having that over-instant sense of fear, because like in the Wii U version, when you would hack a door or try to unlock something and go into third person, you have to check your shoulder to make sure you weren't going to jump by anything. I'm just wondering, if you take that out, do you lose the same sense of what makes it, or have they already thought of this in advance and have either redesigned some parts, or maybe it does work well with a controller? But that's just my one hesitance, is like I'd have to play a demo with a 360. With an Xbox One or a PS4 controller and see if it's still just as fun without the cool second screen mechanic. But as you said, Danny, I think it's a really well put together game, and it was challenging, which was nice to see, because a lot of zombie games had started to get a bit too easy to appeal to that that easy money market. But it's zombies; it should be difficult. I like my little survival horror here and there.
But here's the thing, though, that the game doesn't have like the greatest storyline or anything like that. It was just fun. It was very, very challenging, and that's what I liked it. Now that part you were saying about unlocking the door, I think it will work better on the PlayStation 4 controller because of the pad that it has in the controller. I think that will work perfectly for that controller. For the Xbox One, I don't know how that will work. I don't know.
Tough.
Yeah. But I'll buy it. Look, if it comes out, I'll buy it. And hopefully they made all those changes like for the game once now the releases for these new consoles and stuff. Because, man, when it came out like for the Wii U, there was a lot of bugs, a lot of things, man, that it was just, I don't know.
Did you ever try the multiplayer component, Danny? That's what I really liked that surprised me at E3 a couple of years ago, was that whole concept of a split screen gameplay, but one player, or sorry, you could land it as well. One player playing first person trying to survive, and the other person was like a director who was spawning zombies and traps around the map to try to kill the enemy team. I thought it was really, really well done and very clever. I hope that they put more focus into it this time, because if you're going to have the Xbox Live and the PlayStation network compatibility, that should be a big push, because it is a fun single player game by yourself. But I really like the multiplayer a lot, and it'd be really cool. To see
I
come back.
never played it. Never played the multiplayer.
It's worth playing. I liked it a lot. It was very fun.
Cool.
I just wonder if that opens the doors, because it was supposed to be just a Wii U exclusive. I just wonder if that opens the door to bringing that game potentially over to the United States on those platforms.
I think it will. It will. It's Ubisoft, man. Look, usually when that happens, when you see games getting rated at like in different countries like Australia, Taiwan, different countries, usually the thing is they probably get it in advance, and then it comes out for like the States and everywhere else. So it's coming out.
Yeah, this is definitely
positive. Remember, Ubisoft, they was promoting this game big time for the Wii U. The sales was pretty bad. So why not port it, make some changes, and just release it for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 now this year? Because look, that's quick money for them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't have a Wii U, never play this game, and they hear there's a zombie game, they're going to go and buy it. So it will be quick money for Ubisoft, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty easy to port. We'll see.
Yeah. By the way, Pete, earlier this week, you sent me an article about this YouTuber, PewDiePie.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about that for a little bit? Because I know you were the one that you had a conversation with your son, I believe, right?
Yeah, I had talked to my son about it. My son he's today's gamer, right? He's not only playing every game, but he's the Twitch and YouTube follower, so he's ruining my bandwidth here at the house.
All right,
with rampant YouTube and Twitch streams along with his gaming and stuff. But PewDiePie, everybody knows pretty much who PewDiePie is. And for those who don't know him, PewDiePie is a Finnish, I believe, is his country of origin. He's a YouTuber. He sits there and he does Let's Plays, and he pretty much makes a lot of money as a video commentator, I guess you can call him, via YouTube. So it came out that last year he made upwards of $7 million.
Good for him.
And no, shout out to him, dude. High five, golf clap, the whole nine. But as usually comes with success, a lot of people come in with the hate, who were, a lot of people talking about how his, the money he's made and the success that he's garnered as a result. And people hate when people succeed. And I think it's something I said, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago on this show. You can gauge your success by the amount of haters you have. Mm-hmm. And this is a perfect case for that. So PewDiePie made $7 million, between advertisers and appearances and et cetera like that. And, the hate is horrible. I mean, it's the internet. It's 2015. People on the internet. It gets really ridiculous and stupid. So he did a 2 or 3 minute, retort to those who commented and hated on his successes, and he actually read some of the comments. And I think a lot of it is unfounded. I think a lot of it is probably founded in jealousy,
of course,
more than anything. Because besides the fact that he made $7 million, nobody made a big deal of all of the money he gave or raised for charities on his channel as a result of his success, knowing that because he was successful, he had that much more pull when trying to reach out to people to try to get these sponsorships or try to get this money out for charity. Mm-hmm. So, if you get a chance, PewDiePie, PewDiePie, I'm sure he doesn't need the extra views that we may have just got him. But if you have a chance, check it out. Just look it up, PewDiePie haters on YouTube. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 2015 success story, and he's been doing this for a couple of years, so it's not really 2015. I think he started like 4 or 5 years ago, but it truly is a next gen success story. Someone who was in college, and he actually goes through his origin story, so I don't want to ruin it. So, he started off in college, needed a way to make money, found something that he was successful in, and as is, the old school philosophy, if you find something that can make you money and it's not actually work, you actually enjoy it, it's not even work, it's just, it's just fun at that point.
Yeah.
So
people gonna understand this too. Like, look, I'm not a fan of his video or anything, but you have to respect his hustle. Like he's doing his thing, and if there's stuff that you don't like, fine, don't subscribe, but at least he has a following, and people should respect that he's working hard and doing his thing. I mean, who else you can name of somebody that his age, like that young in the gaming industry, that's making $7 million a year? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you'd have to
that should be
turn
inspiring.
Professional athletes to look at that kind of money. It's just a real success story. And again, couldn't be happy for the guy. He made it work. And I liked his mentality of saying, he felt the same spiritually happily as he did working at that hot dog stand he talked about working at until he started making this money. And it felt like it never really changed him. So it seems like he's just a good guy, smart, had good head on his shoulders, driven, all the things you need to succeed in this new age of technology. So, more power to Felix, man. And Pete, did you say he's from Finland? He's from Sweden, actually.
Okay, my apologies.
Sweden.
So he's a Swede. So.
Okay.
Pete, how dare you, Pete?
They're really close together. All right? They're close. They're over there.
Just general area.
I should listeners over there too.
Yeah, I should know this, right? Because I'm going to Norway later this year, so I should know like where I am. So, probably get a better handle on Google Maps, right?
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
This is Gamer Tag Radio. Voicemail 786-2737-GTR.
You guys heard the story about this whole hacker thing? Remember the Xbox Live and PlayStation where they were like down for like I don't know how long?
Yeah, that was was Lizard Squad, which is the renowned.
I mean, any update? Any update with them?
So Lizard Squad is a hacker collective. They're not anonymous, which is what usually people think. They're a malicious hacking group.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So apparently, besides being responsible for the PlayStation and Xbox Live outages last holiday season, one of at that time he was a Sony exec, was on a flight somewhere for a meeting, and this same group called in a bomb threat on the flight, causing the flight to be diverted, they released the guy's personal information, aka they doxed him, really made his life miserable. This guy actually went out on video and took credit for all of the stuff that happened between Xbox Live and PlayStation. And as a result, because he probably showed his face on video, ended up as a result, and I think it was another team, and I can't remember. It was it was an anti-hacking group that found out who the Lizard Squad members were that did it after some investigative sleuthing and internet security stuff. And they found out who it is. They got him arrested. He was convicted. I want to say like 500 different counts of internet crimes. He didn't get any jail time. He got 2 years probation, house arrest, etc. Can't use the internet or computers. Monitored lifestyle for 2 years, and then allegedly still has other charges that he is yet to be convicted or tried on. So we don't know the full story on that. But apparently I don't want to say he got off scot-free because he is on house arrest and has to wear, the ankle bracelet monitor, etc. But it goes to show that, even to this day, I mean, some of these crimes, I think it's still early. I mean, how do you charge something like this, and what kind of a punishment is, the right one for something like this? I mean, it's still
tough. It's tough when you have, these young teenagers that, they're all more or less anarchists at this point until they figure out what they want to do with their lives. So they're all angry, conflicted, want to channel that at something. I feel that, maybe restitution would be smart. If this kid doesn't work already, get him some kind of job, because I know Sweden's really good about helping out people that don't have work, and make him pay back damages. Obviously not representative of the real millions of dollars worth of damage he did, but to prove a point. Because when you have Elizabeth Scott goes on Twitter and says, all the people, quote, all the people that said we'd rot in prison don't want to comprehend that what we've been saying from the beginning is we have free passes. So they're proud of the fact that they cannot be extradited out of Finland, that they got off with essentially a slap on the wrist. So this isn't going to deter them at all. This makes them excited that they're getting probably international attention. So really, until there's more serious charges against these people, this stuff is going to continue. And as we've seen, the amount of damage they can cause from a continent away, that's pretty bad, and that's pretty scary for people that pay for Xbox Live and PSN, especially if you went through the PSN credit card fiasco a couple of years ago, and you don't know.
Oh, that was horrible too.
Stolen, all that, really bad, scary stuff. So I think they need to set an example. I don't want them to crucify the poor kid. He's dumb, he's young, making mistakes, but he needs to realize that there are consequences to something this serious. Otherwise, copycats are going to come out of the woodwork, because if it's hey, if he did it, they ain't going to come at me either. So,
but you know what, Pasta, him and whoever else is involved, they basically ruined their lives, because by doing this, that's part of their record now.
Oh yeah, they're
for them to find a job,
no doubt. True, very.
So I mean,
good statement.
they're screwed for the rest of their lives, no matter what.
Right.
But I definitely think that they should at least some time in prison, because, dude, there was a lot of people that lost money because of this. Companies lost millions of dollars and stuff, So, and not only that, the threat too from the airline.
Oh yeah, that whole concept of swatting and bringing down planes.
Man, that's too much.
Too much. There really needs to be more serious charges against that stuff, because again, it's like speeding tickets. The law is there to dissuade you from speeding because the fine is so high. And it needs to be a similar situation on these DDoSing or actual hacking. Is we need to put penalties in place to deter people, because then it's not worth the risk kind of situation. That's just my
Pete. What else are you going to say, Pete?
Actually, it's a correction. It's not 500. It's 50,000 cybercrime.
50,000 cyber charges.
Yeah,
it probably still has more.
500 came out.
U.S. government too.
Yeah, okay.
All by 17. That's just crazy, man.
It's all good. By the way, you guys got to see two collectors got announced today. One of them, I was very excited for the game, until they mentioned the price for this collector edition. Now I'm kind of thinking about it, and I'm I don't know, that's too much. But Mirror's Edge, the new Mirror's Edge game, Catalyst, there you go, Catalyst. They announced the new special edition for this game, that it brings the character, her being young, I think, and that's her. I don't know. It's a pretty cool collection. Look for it.
I'll break it down for you. It's a collector's box, a steel book to hold the game, a 14-inch statue, which is Faith sitting on against a mirror. One side's an adult, one side's her as a kid. A lithograph, limited edition, concept art, and my favorite, temporary tattoos, like the little crazy pattern that she has on her arms. Which is probably the only thing I actually want out of that, just the cool tattoo stuff. But it's
$199.
That's crazy.
$200 basically.
And I'm a huge fan of Mirror's Edge, but I mean, I guess some people really like having those statues. I mean, it goes back to that Halo Reach conversation years ago of that statue and how much it costs. But some people, they collect that stuff. That's their hobby. So I mean, I have to respect that. But again, for $200, I'd rather have an actual pair of her running shoes come with the game, because I would use that. I've always wanted a pair of that shoes. They're awesome. Yeah. So to me, that's more value.
I mean, wasn't it today, Pete? You showed me the also Call of Duty had it hasn't been announced yet, or no?
Yeah, it's been announced. The Black Ops 3.
Yeah, the one that is coming to the refrigerator.
A mini fridge.
A mini fridge.
The zombies. Whatever they call their energy drink. I haven't played Zombies in forever.
Have they mentioned the price for that?
Let me.
That's a mini fridge. Yeah, that's not gonna.
Yeah, but the mini fridge really didn't. You're not gonna get a 3-foot mini fridge, right? You're gonna get something that's big enough to hold a soda or a Monster or something like that.
It's hard to judge the scale on that thing, but it probably could only be 2 feet tall.
How much you said for this?
It's $200. So
wow, companies are going all out today, man.
I haven't looked at this yet. What it comes with is I can see why. $200. It comes with the mini fridge. It says it can hold 12-ounce cans. It comes with the season pass. So you get the 4 DLC packs. That's guaranteed bundled in. You get concept art cards, which they're describing it as it has in-game features such as unlocking new character classes, new looks, personalities, voices for your characters, a bonus zombie map, collectible steelbook, in-game bonus content, adds a couple of extra camos, reticles, calling card stuff, customization stuff, and more customization packs, skins, reticles, calling cards again.
It's a lot.
And then the soundtrack. So it's mostly in-game DLC bonus stuff, customized stuff, the soundtrack, and then, of course, the mini fridge. And I guess the real kicker is the season pass. So that's probably part of the reason why it's so high is they're factoring in that full season pass price.
You're not including the cost of a refrigerator in that. Really, Patrick? Come on. This is a damn refrigerator. You're holding a 12-pack of soda in there. You're going to say the kicker is season pass. The $50 season pass is the kicker. Really?
I'm just saying it's probably why it costs so much. But again, I'd have to see an actual picture for scale. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's still me being a little salty at Batman's $40 deal season pass. So it's like, I'm still so hesitant to look at season passes and be like, man, I hate that concept. But, it's for the fans, for the hardcore. For me, I already got way too many games coming out in November as it is. So I'll be lucky to probably play the single player Black Ops, and that's it. But, I mean, the multiplayer's fun. I've talked about this before. Played at E3. It's a Treyarch game. It's like it's going to be good.
For you guys, let me ask you this question. Are you okay for this special edition, this collector's edition, to be $199? Because I'm going to guess with a Mirror's Edge one, but this one is a fridge, so I'll be okay with it.
Show me a YouTube video of a developer standing next to the fridge. Give me an unboxing video. Let me see these things in scale with the person.
Okay,
Patrick, it's not going to be a regular fridge like your house.
No. So I just did a random search for mini fridge on the internet. Yeah. Mini fridges are averaged about $100 to $120 for a smaller sized fridge, something like this. So you figure $100, $120 plus $60 for the video game, plus $30 for the season pass. You're coming up on top.
That's true.
That's not a bad deal if you think about it.
That's not bad. Mirror's Edge, I don't know.
Nah, Mirror's Edge, you're getting a little sketchy there. Mirror's Edge, you're catering to the people with disposable incomes and who don't care about money.
Give us some free sneakers. Give us some sneakers.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be.
Where is my marketing
mind rocking one of those.
I asked that back when Mirror's Edge 1 came out years ago. I was like, where is my marketing? Either Reebok or Adidas or some New Balance. Someone needs to get on the ball and tie this in because I would buy a pair day one.
Yeah, I'll actually buy it if they do that.
Get my ass and go free running outside. Get some exercise.
Yeah, definitely, man. Dude. All right. By the way, one more. We're gonna take a short break, and once we come back, I would like for Pete and also Pat. Oh my God, what's it?
You call me whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
You can't combine the words.
Oh my God, Pasta! I want you guys to talk about Guitar Hero because I know you guys got to play it.
Yes.
We never had a chance to actually talk about it because Activision really wanted me to check it out, but it was too much going on during E3 that I missed the opportunity. But I got really, really jealous because I found out you guys got to play it. So we're going to talk about that and also Fanmail. So we'll be right back after this.
This is Gamer Tag Radio. Voicemail 786-2737-GTR.
DraftKings.com, everybody. Baseball is in full swing, and you can be a part of the action all season long at DraftKings.com, which is the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash and instant gratification. Why would you wait to the end of the season to get paid when you can win huge prizes every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just pick 2 pitchers, pick 8 position players, and pick your cash. That's it. Ask Pete. DraftKings.
Love it.
You love it. Why do you love it?
It's easy. Most of the time, you got to wait to the end of the season, and you don't have to deal with any of that. You don't have to deal with, a 2-hour draft or any of that. No, it's pick it that day. You win money.
So if you're listening to this, use our promo code GAMERTAG, and you can go to DraftKings.com today and be a part of the $10,000 fantasy baseball contest. That is DraftKings.com. It is the official partner of Major League Baseball. Enter that code GAMERTAG for a free entry now at DraftKings.com. That is DraftKings.com.
Voicemail 786-2737-GTR.
All right, so we're back here, Gamer Tag Radio episode 493. Pete, Patrick, let us know about Guitar Hero, the new one that's coming out this year.
I guess I'll preface it. So me and Pete got a chance to check out Guitar Hero Live, which is, of course, the new Guitar Hero coming from Activision later this year. And if you haven't played a Guitar Hero, honestly, since, before they died out, you're going to be a little intimidated by this. Let me set this up for you. So they designed a new guitar. So their mentality was, people got so good at Guitar Hero that it almost became impossible to get those people a challenge anymore. So their solution was replace the 5 colored buttons. And now we have 6 buttons, 3 white, 3 black. And they're located directly on top of each other. So if you actually play guitar, they're up, near the bottom of the fret. The top of the fret. Man, I'm so bad with guitar terms. Pete's gonna kill me on this one because he actually plays guitar. But
Pete plays guitar. Pete, you should play it later. I would love to sing.
The point is, it's trying to get you to mimic, to have actual chord positions you would use playing an actual guitar. So if you're learning early chords, this is trying to get you to make those same difficult finger motions and hold them in certain places. So even if you're like me and played every Guitar Hero since the first one, this is going to take you a step back and you're going to have to learn this. But, I can get with Pete's opinion on this in a second. But for me, it stimulated me because of their change of perspective. So instead of having the create a character or the cartoon characters you pick from, now their mentality is they want you to make you feel like you are an actual guitarist in a band. So it's a first-person view. It's almost like they strapped a GoPro to an actual guitarist and they filmed in front of a live audience in a concert, and they are reacting to how much you are rocking out. So if you're kicking ass and you're nailing that solo, they're going to be flipping out. You start killing it and ruining the set, they're going to start booing. Your bandmates, virtual bandmates, are going to start booing you too. So I like the vibe. It gets you excited, and the coolest thing for me was their introduction of having a Guitar Hero TV service. So their replacement of having to, say, I want to spend $2 on this song. I'm going to have to go, Google what this song is to see if I like it. Now they have it where you can tune into the TV channel and real time new songs are being filtered in, and you can play through them and see if you like them. And if you do like them, you can go ahead and purchase them and save them for later. But to me, that's a much better solution than the old cluttered menus of content that you're not sure what it is, if you'll like it, if you'll regret spending that $2. But Pete, what's your opinions? You played it as well. What do you think of Guitar Hero Live?
All right, so to talk about the mode that you were talking about, there's actually a secondary mode where you're playing in front of a live audience, and your performance is actually reciprocated by the visual cues from bandmates and the crowd booing you. I mean, it does still have the traditional gameplay where you're just going to sit there and try to play it, but the one that you're talking about, which is the one that we all tried at E3, that one kind of forces you to really make sure you're doing this, because typically with the older Guitar Heroes, like if you're early on, you could just flub through them mostly on the easy version, and for the most part you would go through and win. Because it was so easy. It was one of 4 or 5 buttons that you had to press. Coming from a guitar playing background and having a slight success rate, a better success rate than most on Guitar Hero as a whole, I found it refreshing, but at the same time, it was very, very difficult sometimes because you're like, okay, this is a chord, but I don't. How are you doing flat keys across both? I'm not used to this, and it doesn't feel right.
What song you were playing?
I played. I'm actually looking at the playlist right now.
He doesn't remember.
No, I don't. I don't at all. Actually,
do you remember, Patrick? Do you remember yours?
My songs "Know What You Did in the Dark" by Fall Out Boy. That's who I played.
Okay, I played "Breaking the Law" by Judas Priest was the one I remember most vividly. That was the first one I played. So I did, like, as Pete said, you're seeing it come down the screen, and you're trying to tell your brain, your fingers is like, all right, now do that, and you're like, wait, what? Do what? And then it passes by, and like, oh, here's the next one. Oh, crap, and it makes you just feel like you're playing Guitar Hero again for the very first time. And it only took me about, one song of being really, really bad to kind of pick up, oh, I get it. And then I'm having more fun because it's not turning into that mentality of just staring at that lane and just, color, 2 colors.
You feel the same too? You feel the same way too, Pete, or no?
You know what? It actually reminded me of episode 95 Gamertag Radio.
Episode 95?
Yeah.
Let me go.
Why? I don't remember.
Okay, so episode 95 was the first time being on the show as a non-GTR member.
You came to my house and played Guitar Hero.
Yeah, and I went to your house and I played Guitar Hero in your backyard with mosquitoes chewing my legs up. And that's what it reminded me of. The first time picking up Guitar Hero, wondering what the hell is this? Why is it so much fun? But why can't I succeed at this? Because I play guitar and I should just be able to pick this up and destroy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. You know, I'm very curious because now that you guys mention all this stuff, like I'm very curious to play this, man. Because I know we got to see Rock Band very quick, and it seems like it's like kind of the same type game, but I feel like Guitar Hero seems more next gen.
Well, I just think because they've gone back to limiting themselves to the guitar. They're not trying to expand it anymore. They want to make something different and unique. And I like that because in their words, you know, if you learn how to play guitar, there's already a couple of games you can do that. Or just pick up a real guitar, sit down, look at some tabs on the internet and give it your best shot. They wanted to make a fun game again, like Guitar Hero was before it got all caught up and trying to compete with Rock Band. So I like their mentality. I like the vibe. I like that Rock Band is still playing it safe. I fully hope that my old Rock Band instruments will work with Rock Band 4.
They will not.
Okay.
With the Rock Band, they will, but the Guitar Hero Live...
no, that one I can understand.
Peripherals, those are totally new. They will not be compatible, so...
That to me is fine. I could see myself getting a new Guitar Hero Live guitar because it is something different. But I'm like that Rock Band is doing the traditional gameplay because I do not want to buy a new drum set and a guitar and a bass and a microphone again. I already have all that stuff sitting out in storage. If I can bring that all in and play new Rock Band 4, I'm on board. But now with Live, where I told myself I'm never going to buy a plastic instrument again, I'm kind of rethinking that because I really like the development cycle they're going with Live, and it looks like a very fun game to play in a party situation or just in your own living room. I was digging it.
So the new track list of tracks is 74 songs right off the bat.
That's good.
That's not bad.
That's a lot, and it's not like, so most people when you hear Guitar Hero, you're gonna think, okay, it's gonna be like Rolling Stones and, you know, like rock music. No, this takes it and it's like it flips on its head. I know there's songs from The Killers, Fall Out Boy, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Typical bands that you would think, okay, that sounds about right. But then they throw in like electro DJ Calvin Harris. I know Skrillex has a song in there. I think it's Bangarang, which is one of the few songs that I like by him. You got your classics by, you know, like Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Tenacious D. Then you've got, you know, the rocks, the heavier stuff like Anthrax and like Mastodon, Pantera. So it's...
Pantera is dope.
Yeah. And actually, the Pantera song is "Cowboys from Hell," which is my favorite song by them. So.
Hey, they don't have anything like System of a Down.
Nope, they've got Chop Suey from System of a Down, which I think was in 2, if I recall correctly. Judas Priest, Rage Against the Machine, Trivium.
Oh, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah,
yes.
Mastodon, Killswitch Engage. You know, Rise Against, Chevelle.
So they have enough for everyone.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think to the hardcore.
And even got some Carrie Underwood in there for...
Yeah, I was saying that. They got everything.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll definitely... But you know what, before we go to fan mail, the best part about all this, that the developers that have been working on this game, they also worked on one of my favorite games too, DJ Hero.
I was about to say that, Danny.
Games?
Like,
Freestar games.
I kind of want a DJ Hero 3 now. Like I literally,
you know what? I gave away all my instruments from Rock Band and Guitar Hero from last gen, and the only thing that I kept was my DJ Hero turntables and games because I love that game so much.
When was the last time you played it?
Sometime last year.
Okay.
Sometime last year. I'm probably gonna play one of these days again because I missed it.
I think they could make a simple game. I think they could make a game charge maybe $40 for it, and if you already have the peripheral, it works.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be digital download, so they don't have to get in that issue of making too many and then it's not a success. But I think enough people, I agree, Danny, kept their machines like they did, like we did, because it's a neat idea. No one ever really expanded on it. They just kind of stopped after the second one, and I think they could totally pump out a third one. Because the gameplay's, it's still a neat little peripheral, and like that whole ability being able to crossfade 2 different tracks. They had some really good music on those 2 games.
Yeah, we should invite them though, right? We should invite them to the show.
Yeah,
I'll talk to a couple people.
And so I remember right when DJ Hero 1 or 2 came out, there was like a competitor version that was supposed to come out with with Quincy Jones's son behind it.
Oh
or
yeah,
something
but
like
it
that.
never came out. We played it. I played it with Mandy, and also QQ was there too. We went to a party. I interviewed QD3. Go listen to the old episodes. It's like a while ago that happened. And we also got to meet Quincy Jones. He was at the event. I played the game, and honestly, it's not like DJ Hero. Like, it had like a little drum machine and also the turntable, but there was not enough scratching. It was more about the beat machine than the DJ part.
It sounds more
I really
like
didn't like
Beatmania,
it.
which was a big game in Japan years ago, which I think DJ Hero took inspiration from. But that game was completely just an insane rhythm game memorization. It didn't make you feel like you were doing DJ stuff, which I think
I didn't like
the
it.
scratching
I
in
didn't like
Hero,
it
I
at
think,
all.
really accomplished that.
But okay.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
All right, guys, it's time for fan mail.
Fan mail at gamertagradio.com.
Fan mail.
All right, so we have a couple emails and one voicemail. First of all, I think this is the shortest voicemail that I ever heard. But it was perfect.
Props
It was
for
like
efficiency.
Yeah, it was like question. He was like name, location, question. Thank you. Boom. Perfect. But yeah, remember, call us 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR. Or email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com. And we'll definitely read it during this section. So the more questions you send us, the more content we're going to have to talk about and answer all your questions and stuff. So, Pete or Patrick, I know you guys have a couple emails.
Well, you're gonna play the voicemail first. You just big up them and then you just.
All right, I'll play the voicemail first. All right, let's play the voicemail right now.
Hey, it's Glenn Mendoza from Jacksonville, Florida. Machimato on Gamertag and all the other stuff. Hey, quick question. I was wondering if you're expecting anything to come out of Comic-Con. All right, I'm hoping for a Warcraft movie trailer. Thanks. Okay, bye.
All right, so we're back. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I'd like to see something better out of the Warhammer 40,000 series.
Yeah.
Typically, what you see on the CGI and then what they translate to like a game or something like that usually doesn't come out to. I'd like to see like a real hardcore Warhammer 40K type movie. That I think that would go along really, really well.
Okay. Patrick?
I think I'm with him. I kind of want to see what's going on with the Warcraft movie because it's been made for so long now that it's that ultimate question of, is it just terrible and no one's talking about it? Or actually, do they have some real magic underneath the wraps and they don't want to spoil it? Because, I mean, it's only going to be amazing or terrible. I really don't think there's much middle way for putting this much effort and budget, the CGI, the costumes. I mean, it depends on all what they want to do with it. I just hope they don't try to shoot the moon and try to be too large of a scale and then everyone's just confused because there's too much time explaining these things. I think you go that Warcraft 1 or 2 route, you have the humans versus orcs mentality, and you go with that. And honestly, if you want easy mode, just make Warcraft 3 a movie. That's still like one of the coolest stories I've ever played in a game. And I really want Warcraft 4, so I really wish WoW would die already. Please, Blizzard.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for like a good video game movie. I don't know.
Come on, it's Mortal Kombat, man. It came out years ago. Didn't you see it?
Reach out to
it was good, but it was, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think the best video game movie that I can think of maybe was the Final Fantasy VII DVD that came out.
Advent Children. I don't know if that counts because it's CGI then, because then you have to count other things like the Resident Evil CGI films, which are actually pretty good.
That was pretty good too. Yeah, the Resident Evil ones is pretty good.
I don't know. For me, my still favorite is obviously Mortal Kombat. I love Van Damme Street Fighter. It is absolute cheese, and I adore it.
I'll tell you this about that movie. That movie had one of the best hip hop soundtracks.
It did, didn't it?
Movie.
The movie was dope.
Yo, it had one of my favorite songs from Nas in there. Like, it's pretty good. Look it up. It's crappy movie, decent soundtrack.
I was offended. It's perfect for the 90s. That and Mortal Kombat are such good 90s films. I recommend.
Pete, you like that movie? I didn't like that movie at all. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to say no. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Maybe being a kid watching it really influenced me, but
soundtrack, yes, but no.
Oh my God, really?
The visuals failed.
The All-American? Kyle. E Honda. Oh my
Jean-Claude
God,
Van Damme.
I mean, Blanca was terrible. They were all terrible. I mean, Raul Julia as Bison like made the whole movie just work, and everyone else kind of like hang on his coattails.
That was his last movie.
It was
too.
his last
He
movie.
passed away.
And you can see the passion he put into it, even though he knew it was terrible. He was still just so gung ho about it, and it's brilliant. I love it.
All right. Next question. Email. Who wants to read it?
Actually,
you want to go first?
I'll do, yeah, I'll do this one. Okay. All right, so this one is from Jonathan Wall. He's in the process of building a reasonable priced PC between $500 and $700. And would you guys have any idea of which processor, AMD or Intel, and video card I should buy?
I go with consoles, but go for it.
Actually, when I got the email, I actually went out and I did a couple of builds on PC Part Picker. So if you want, after the show, after we record, I'll send them out to you. As cool. Far as depending on what your flavor is. So right now you could probably get, and I don't, obviously with your budget, I don't know what your technical ability is because you didn't mention it. If you don't have experience putting PCs together, I would recommend maybe starting off with an Alienware Alpha. You can start off around that $450, $500 price point. I know I did a review at the beginning of the year of the Alpha from Alienware, and it played most of the games that I played on high, not on ultra, on high, and it looked really, really good. Throwing them on ultra kind of isn't fair because the GPU isn't strong enough to handle that. But if you're going to start off now and start off with a brand new one, I'd probably say the MSI R9 380. It's a 2 gig video card. You can get it for about $200 on the internet right now. That's probably, from a budget perspective, probably the best video card you can get without breaking that $200+ range. No, if not, maybe a GTX 960 from any of the comparable, manufacturers. As far as a processor is going, if you're looking for future growth, you can either get an AM3 motherboard from, either Asus or anybody else, or get a Z97 style motherboard. You want to at least have the motherboard that can allow you that once you start getting that walking around money, get like a mid-priced or a lower priced CPU. Maybe like a G3258. I know I'm talking total geek, and Danny's asleep. Danny's like falling asleep clicking on random links on the internet right now. Or maybe like an FX 6300 from AMD. Yeah. A 6-core processor that's going to do just enough. You may not be able to overclock them, but you're going to get enough processing power to do the job. And then that gives you time so that once you start getting more money, you can go ahead and you can buy those 8 cores, or you can buy, like the 4960X or 4970K, so that you can get that overclocking stuff. But in my opinion, I'd say from a video card perspective, either a 960 or an R9 380 video card, and then, go good on the motherboard, and then ease into the processor, because that's probably going to be the more expensive the better you go. Once again, check your email after sometime this week, and you'll have the list that I sent over.
He mentioned also if we're gonna ever have like any live show, like with a live audience in the future, or if we do have one, he would like to attend, like if it's in like somewhere in the East Coast, somewhere in Florida. There's no plans yet, but you never know in the future. We never know. If we do plan to do something pretty cool live, we'll definitely mention it on the show, and hopefully you and other listeners could attend. That would be cool to meet the community and stuff. But if we do have like any events, like something similar to like community vibes, that would be cool too. So we'll definitely let you know in the future. So
he wants to know if we had a chance to buy 3 games this holiday season, which ones would it be? He would go Halo 5, Tomb Raider, and Rainbow Six.
All right, for me, for this, I will go with, of course, Halo 5. I wanted to say Uncharted, but it's not coming out this year. What else? I'm thinking, Fallout. Definitely Fallout. Definitely getting that. And honestly, I'm very curious about Forza, the new Forza game. Very, very curious about that one. So, next, anybody?
I'll go Number one pick. I'm just go straight out The Division. Been looking forward to this game for.
That's not coming out of the holiday though.
All right, then forget it. I'm not getting any games. I would probably say that collector's edition Black Ops, because the more that I think about it, I want that mini fridge now. So I'm gonna say
that'll be great for beer.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? I can set that up right next to the TV.
Don't have to move.
What? 12 pack. What?
I'll go to Peace House just to use that fridge.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 just for the refrigerator. Rainbow Six, obviously, that I think we've all been looking forward to, except for Danny because he sucks at those.
I don't suck. I'm pretty good. It's just, yeah, I don't suck.
And the last one. Wow, I don't know. I'm going to say, Fallout 4. Yeah, 'cause that's the big elephant in the room. Everybody wants to play it now. So
yeah.
Well,
also, we can't forget there's a lot of indie games too that's coming out. But right now we're just talking about like the big.
That's games. When you're talking 3 games. Like if you only had 3 games during the holiday season, are you going to tell me you're going to forego one of your choices to go with an indie title?
Yes. All right.
Depends on the indie.
Name me one right off the top of your dome right now. Freestyle.
The cartoon ones. Cuphead. That one looks really cool. I'll get that. I'll get that. And I mean, there's other ones too. There's so many, but that one got my
attention. That comes out 2016. You're out of the way.
No.
Oh my God. Oh man. For me, it's Fallout 4, no question. We all are excited for it. We all want to play it. Rainbow Six, obviously, got to have that tactical team shooting in there. Pete, you get in on Xbox or PC? Or are you still on the fence?
I don't know yet.
Okay. I'm still on the fence too. I'm not sure what I'm going to get it on.
You know what? If he's on the fence, then that means he's definitely thinking about the Xbox One version.
I mean, I would
if it's multiplayer, right? So Rainbow
Six,
got
an Xbox, Danny, then we could squad up. I'm just saying.
See, so Rainbow Six.
You know what it is? I think the reason why Pete is feeling that way is because he will buy it for the PC because it looks better there, right?
Oh, true.
But all of his friends is playing on the console, so it's like
that's pretty much it right there. I can't even argue that.
I knew it because we won. Yes.
But you know what? That's the reason why I got the Xbox One, because most of my games that I play are multiplayer, and most of the people I play with multiplayer wise are on Xbox One.
Yeah,
there you go. And I got to close with that, of course. Cheating a little bit because it's September. Metal Gear Solid 5, man. That's probably my most anticipated game right now because I got to have that story closure. It's one of my favorite. That's probably the favorite video game plot line in history. I just absolutely adore what Kojima does. He's got the craziest ideas in his head, and finish 5, go make your own damn company, and go make the games you want to make, man. Because he has had to put up with corporate BS for too long, and I will fully advocate that for him. So. 5 should come out. Let's buy the crap out of it, get him some money, and send him off on his way to make greater, better things. Because man deserves it.
I forgot to mention this Xenoblade for the Wii U. Next question, please. Any other?
That's right. It's my turn.
Yes. Poston 2 weeks ago said he would buy Fallout 4 on the Xbox One because of mods. Why would mods matter on a single player game? I mean, I can see if it had multiplayer and the rest of the crew could see you run around in a toga or in a new skin for the Pip-Boy. I would rather pass on mods and go for the PS4 version, which will be higher res and higher frame rate. Does the rest of the crew agree?
Who's this from?
This is from Dr. 12 Evil, a.k.a. All Games Chatter.
Good question.
All games.
First off, about single player versus multiplayer. For me, role-playing games, because they usually don't have multiplayer, and I don't expect Fallout 4 to have any sort of that, for me, it comes down to customization and the fact that I've always been a console gamer. I almost said a commoner. I guess I kind of have. Because that's the PC Master Race, and I'll admit that. Yeah. But, playing Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 3 New Vegas on the consoles, I've had to suffer through all the glitches and the bugs and the frame rate hiccups and, seeing all the cool content on the other side of the fence, being like, that looks nice, but, I don't have a PC, I can't mod that. That's what gets me excited, because Bethesda has always had probably the best mod support, in my opinion, rivaled up there with, anything that Valve makes. So I've always seen such cool, amazing content coming from really, really dedicated, talented people out there that really love these Bethesda games, and Bethesda gives them the tools to make the cool stuff. So if I have the ability to play it on one system versus the other, and one has mod support and one doesn't, that's pretty clear-cut in my opinion. In terms of your reason saying you would pass because you want the PS4 version because it has the higher res and higher frame rate, Bethesda's already gone on the record and said that On both Xbox One and PS4, Fallout 4 is 1080p and 30 frames per second, locked. So it's not going to look or run different between the two consoles. I assume that parity comes into play here, and they want to make them balanced. Obviously, PC, all gloves are off. They can do whatever they want. It'll be insane, I'm sure. But for me, until Sony announces that PlayStation definitely has mods for Fallout, I'm going to default to the Xbox, namely because I've always usually played those games on an Xbox system. And again, the possibilities is incredible. I'm not sure what the certification process was to be, what you have to go through to get your mod available, all these other corporate red tape things that go into it. But the end result is I know people are already dreaming up this amazing stuff in their heads of what they'll do as soon as they get their hands on the game. That's the cool thing about it. You always have that dedicated group of people that, where other people see an amazing finished game, they see possibilities. They're like, this is cool, but I can think of something better. And I have the tools to create that and then share that with other people. So that's why I'm getting excited about the Xbox version, because it has the mod support. And to me,
and you forgot one more thing. You also, if you pre-order now, then you get also a free copy of the last Fallout game for free.
And hopefully
for the Xbox 360 for now, which I think is also going to be playable on Xbox One once it gets closer. And
should be. Hopefully, the sooner the better. People have echoed this fear of mine. I don't want it to become available the same day as Fallout 4, because no one's going to not play Fallout 4 to play Fallout 3 first. Give people that haven't had a chance to play it the summer, or at least a month or two at least.
A month before,
something
I
to
think
play
a month.
Through.
A month and a half.
That's fair. Because it's a great game. It's just very dated. Be warned of that. This is like trying to play Mass Effect 1 again for the first time. You're going to have some problems with the 2007 era game. But still, it was a great game, great design. But that's why I'm excited about 4, because they put all this time and effort in creating this amazingly detailed, rich, interesting world, and have started correcting, in my opinion, all of the kind of things that held Fallout back. Redesigning VATS, having the ability to create your own villages and have supply routes, and all the little crap that you used to collect has a purpose now in crafting and modding weapons. All of this stuff is the right way to move forward. And again, the mod support, somebody's going to come up with an idea that no one at Bethesda thought up the last 5 years, and day one they're going to be like, I'm going to start making this. And it's going to be dope. And that's why I'm excited for mods on consoles.
All right. Next, one more question?
All right. So this message is from Ken Woods. First, you guys do a lot of game and product reviews, which I personally really appreciate. But one thing I would love to hear you tackle more is the kid angle. What I mean is, specifically for game reviews, maybe you don't particularly care for a game, the Tower of Guns review, for example, but you might think a 6-year-old would have a blast playing it. It might sway me towards getting it for my son, who likes a lot of games that I don't have time for. So I want to say 2 years ago, my son was on the show and did a review of Magic the Gathering for the Xbox One. Or I'm sorry, for Xbox Live, for Xbox 360.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Did a great job. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because he is my spawn. But he did a great job. He took it personally to make sure that he went through the entire game and answered all the questions that we had for him. I think that's something I've discussed with us before, maybe having like a kids style show. It's kind of hard to ask our kids to do reviews a lot.
They're not used to this.
They're not used to it. There's a lot of things going into it. You don't want to put that responsibility on a kid. It's kind of hard tackling it, as childish as we may act on the show, to sometimes do a review on a game from a kid's perspective. It's easier for me because mine is 16 going on 17, acts like he's 4 sometimes.
Even Pete actually.
Oh no, like I said last week, he's the gamer I wish I was, because he's more open to other game styles, whereas I default to the trigger lowbrow mentality type games. I don't know, I don't want to say it's not our target audience, because all gamers are our target audience, but it's kind of hard asking a 41-year-old to review a game with the mentality of a 6-year-old, although I may think and act like one at times.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example too. I tried to play Minecraft. It was just not for me. I tried many times, mobile, console, everything. It was just not for me. But my nephews, they all love it. they love it. That's all they play. They start creating like stuff in the game and everything. And you gotta understand, it's different generations. It's like it's hard to get to find a game that adults and the like the kids could play together. Like the only thing I could come with is maybe the Lego games.
And
those are pretty actually fun.
It's about the two most
Skylanders
successful
too.
ones.
Yeah,
you're right. Lego
cool too.
has really killed it in terms of hitting that perfect parent-child relationship, and a lot of grown adults that don't even have kids love the Lego games because of their attachment to the series. And now they're doing the Dimensions one, which is essentially just fan service. Like for me, they're going to have every version, all 12 versions of the Doctor in there. And that's awesome if you're a Whovian. Like it's stuff like that. It's going to work out for them.
But let me ask you this: I'm sorry, Pasa. You played Tower of Guns, right?
I did.
That was the one that you reviewed.
Yeah,
you reviewed that. Do you see a kid playing that game, honestly?
No, a kid would have a very difficult time playing something like that. I just think, I don't really think kids, again, obviously parents out there that their kids like these kind of games can defend it, but I don't think kids really like arena shooters. Specifically,
and I think they shouldn't be playing that though, man. That's not honestly. Maybe Splatoon will be good.
Splatoon would be a better recommendation because I think it not only is that a more fun game, period, for an adult or kid. But yeah, I think whenever I have kids one day, I'm going to try to push them more towards the more experimental, fun kind of games because the ones that are just killing stuff and blowing stuff up. I mean, that's fun, but you're really not. You're not challenging your mind at all, especially Tower of Guns, which is just like shoot the pinatas flying at you. There's really no brain power involved at all. So I would hope that, my eventual kids one day would play things like Professor Layton or, get into, adventure games or try this, that, and whatever.
I think Via Pinata is a
good one too. There's a lot of really cool things out there. And like you said about Minecraft, I feel the same way, Danny. Don't worry, it's not a generational thing. It's just a gamer mentality. I don't like Minecraft because I don't know how to build anything, but even as a person who doesn't like watching other people play games most of the time, I love to watch someone play Minecraft because I can see their ingenuity.
I could do that all day.
And I'm like, wow, you're so creative. Look at the cool stuff you made just with your free time and your imagination. Because for me, I prefer playing something that someone else has made, but I don't mind watching someone else play a design game like Little Big Planet. Another perfect example. Not really a big fan of the game itself, but I love seeing the creativity that goes into it because again, it all comes back to if you give your fans the tools, they will wow you every single time. Just give them the chance.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Pete, anything else you want to mention from that, or are we done?
No, I think we covered that one.
All right, cool. So we're gonna end it. Shout out to Paris. He's not here this week. He has to do a couple of things here behind the scenes and stuff, but shout out to him. And hopefully will join us next. Wait a minute. I think he's gonna be out next week too.
Good.
I think. Good. All right. Yeah. No more Destiny talk. Finally.
No,
it's all good. But by the way, I want to mention a couple things. I'm going to be part of a panel. I'm going to be talking about like podcasting and stuff. It's for the Miami Social Con. Go to miamisocialcom.com or floridasocialcon.com. Go over there and check it out. And also shout out to Chris. He invited me to actually I told him I really wanted to talk about podcasting and the gaming podcasting scene. I was joined this show for Just Talking. I was there and I talked a little bit about everything that happened behind the scenes with E3, and I also mentioned a lot about why I love working with my crew, with Pete, Patrick, and Paris. And it was really good, man. Really good, great conversation and stuff. So, and I also gave advice to upcoming podcasters and stuff. And check it out whenever you get the chance. Just go to Just Talking Podcast. Search for it, subscribe, and support. All right. Anything else, guys, before we wrap it up?
I think just nah, man. I'm San Diego Comic-Con. Wish I was there. It's taking all my. It's gonna somehow get all my money anyway. So
Pete, that vinyl, please look it.
Sorry, he already responded back. It very unlikely.
I gotta plan in advance.
I gotta talk to some. You know what? I'm gonna hit up a couple people. I'm gonna hit up a couple people behind the scenes. I need that part of my collection, man. I need that in my life. Patrick, what about you? Anything else?
No. I mean, no. I kind of wish I had that cool Star Wars Stormtrooper figure that Pete's gonna get because now I'm super jealous.
God, Pete,
actually, you know what? I do want to bring something up, and we can think about it and just kind of like tease it for next week. So there's an issue allegedly with Halo 5 not being 1080p.
Oh, really?
So it will run at 60 frames, but it'll run at 720, not 1080p.
I heard that's not final though.
I hope it's not. That would
I
kill
heard
them.
That's not my issue. That's not.
So all right. So
I'll mention this. My issue.
All right. So we'll hit it real quick. So the beta that they threw out at the end of last year was 720p. 343 responded back saying that would not be the final resolution of the game. Okay, so we know that Xbox One does phenomenally in 900p. Does that mean that Halo 5 is going to be at 900p and not 1080?
That's what I'm thinking. It sounds like a 900p.
Do you guys really care about that? Though? I really don't freaking care about that.
You know what? Honestly, if it runs at 60 frames per second, to me personally, that is more important than running between 720, 900, and 1080. But
see, I did.
Well, I'll tell you this before we wrap it up because we really need to go. The thing that I'm kind of like, no split screen.
Yeah, that's my thing, Danny. I was about to say that.
No local play. I mean, that's a
dagger in the heart right there.
Yeah, I mean, especially for those that would like to do like tournaments and stuff.
Or just
locally.
play with their significant other or their little brother or sister or their child. I mean, that's what people are so nostalgic about Halo. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people that, enjoyed the single player and was like, man, that was great. But most people have the memories of the co-op experience of how much fun it was to have, one driver and one gunner and a warthog and go on crazy adventures or just, I don't know. That really changes the game up. I mean, 4-player online co-op is nice, but
let's say if they do mention like something like, okay, yeah, we'll add that later, then I'll be fine with that, but
I can't see
not having it at all. That hurts. That hurts.
Yeah,
but I'll still will buy the game because I just love Halo. So whatever. It's all good. All right, guys, we're gonna be out until next week. We are out. Peace.
You're listening to Gamer Tag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week.